Alright. So, at this point in time, Flight Reacts has become one of the most notorious figures in the 2K community and just one of the most notorious figures in the YouTube community in general. If you're an NBA fan, you go on any Twitter thread, any Instagram comment sections, and you're probably going to find a reference to Flight Reacts, especially if the post has to do with Curry. So, in this video, right after I concluded my last video, which was the career sim for Chris Smoove, I instantly thought, well, this guy has to be next, and a lot of the comments agreed. So here we are. Flight is 6'3", 18 years old because he was really young when he started up his YouTube channel, so I just gave him the benefit of the doubt and made him the youngest possible. It was in 2013, he's 24 now, so you do the math. 156 pounds, now I'll give you the story behind this in a second. The 37th ranked on the Draft Express board, which is pretty solid. So shout out to a PS4 user named something like Cambaloo. I came over to the PS4 real quick to give proper credit here, so shout out to Katambatron Alakazam, I don't know what your name is, but yeah, this is the guy who made the Flight face scan, so yeah, shout out to him. But I actually copied all that PS4 stuff over to the PC because it goes way faster simulating on the PC, and I'm not trying to do that PS4 thing anymore. And well, the guy had him as 6'3", 156 pounds, 70 wingspan, 0 shoulder width, 0 body length. Do I disagree? Do I know if any of this is true, like the 156 pounds? I have no clue, but I'm gonna take his word for it. Even if it's not, it's just funny. He's wearing the Currys constantly. He's got the headband on with the compression sleeves. That doesn't even make any sense. He's got the headband on with the undershirt. His best attributes are his post hook for, you know, that running post hook that he does every single game that he ever plays, and usually doesn't go in, but I gave him the benefit of the doubt. His jump shot is absolutely disgusting, and I think that's it. Now, the catch with this Flight Reacts is that I'm not going to do it again right now, but when I imported the draft class, I made everything unpredictable, so I don't even know how everything's going to pan out. So I clicked yes here originally, put a new storyline on him, and now we just got to see where he gets drafted. But here's the catch. Regardless of what happens with Flight throughout his career, if he isn't a rotation for a team, I will leave it as is. But if a team decides they don't want to play Flight, he's getting put in the rotation with at least 30 minutes per game, whether it's off the bench or starting. So that's the catch, and I'm doing that for at least 10 seasons. And if he's not on a team, then I'm going to randomly scroll through the teams and then pick one to put him on. Or just put on the Warriors to be with Curry, because that'd just be funny, and I don't think any of you would disagree with that. I don't know why I stopped at the draft lottery, because it doesn't really matter. I mean, he might not even get picked first round. It's the big day, the NBA draft, where I'm not going to watch this whole thing because it's going to take a year to do, so we're just going to see where he's going to get picked, all right? Or should I watch it? I think I'm going to watch it for the culture, actually. Oh, God, why am I doing this to myself? Come on, Flight. 45? No. Oh, there he goes. The scouting reports are pretty unanimous on this kid. He has simply put the best interior defender in the draft. 6'3", 156 pound Flight Reacts gets drafted to Chicago Bulls, which ironically is where Chris Smoove got drafted last video. So, we're headed to Chicago. The rookie signing, they don't even want to sign Flight, but obviously, this is one of those moments where I interfere. We're signing Flight to that 1-year deal. On to season number 1. I think a bench role would be smartest for him considering the circumstances, so we're gonna bring him in, and there he goes. 30 minutes a game, 6-man, Flight Reacts, the second most minutes on the team. This should be fun. Oh my God, his first game he dropped 13, 10, and 6 on 4 for 14 shooting. My guy had a double-double in his first game. The Bulls just traded Zach LaVine for John Wall. I wish I was joking. They really did though. So because of the Bulls' mistake, now the 3 guys who are gonna be playing the most minutes off the bench are 3 point guards, and then their best player is also a point guard. So this should be fun. So far, Flight's averaging 11 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists on 31% shooting and 19% from downtown. But he's got time, you know, he's got time. We've lost 86 straight games. All-Star captain's been announced. You already know Flight's gonna be a starter. Yeah, no, he's not here. Imagine he actually makes the All-Star team in this video. That would be hilarious. We've won like 2 games since trading for John Wall, and we just went on a winning streak as I said that. So he didn't win Rookie of the Year, so he didn't make an All-NBA team. Flight Reacts, all-rookie first team. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 34% from the field, and 26% from 3. Those are all-star numbers. But obviously, we didn't make the playoffs. We got the 4th pick in the draft, and they drafted Jalen Green, who's also he's a guard. Now, the thing is, I don't know if they're actually going to bring back... Oh, wow. They actually want to bring back Flight. Obviously, I would have accepted this myself anyways, but they actually, they like Flight. Flight is now a 70 overall, classified as a mid-range slasher. Is he actually going to end up being okay? Because like I said, I have no clue. I randomly did all this too. So I'm assuming once again, yeah, they're not trying to even put him in the rotation, but obviously we are going to. As of right now, our goal is going to be 6-man of the year. Maybe one day he can be good, maybe, I don't know. Number 30, sixth man for the Chicago Bulls. Flight reacts. The team is awful. This team probably would be awful regardless, though. The Bulls made another trade. I guess they traded for Tyus Jones. Why do they keep making roster changes? I'm tired of it. Can you guys stop making roster changes, please? They even got Lou Will now. Lou Will's not even good enough to be in the rotation. Will there ever be a team to win a championship with Flight? Giannis is gonna win MVP a lot. It's just a common theme, you know. He didn't win Sixth Man of the Year because Bol Bol emerged onto the scene. No All NBA team, obviously, because why am I even going over this stuff? We won 28 games. Flight averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 27% from 3, and 36% from the field. He's basically like shooting like Ricky Rubio, but not passing like him at all or defending like him at all. Pretty sure Ricky Rubio's having like a career year though, so maybe I shouldn't disrespect him like that. Well, not anymore since the season's over. Trae Young won Finals MVP. I always got to make sure Flight didn't just retire on us. They're the 3rd pick and drafted this guy. Flight's a free agent, but they actually want to re-sign him once again. They want to give him a qualifying offer. They re-signed Flight. Well, he's on the qualifying offer. Flight's back on the 1-year deal. He actually has so far a career high of 35 points, and he's made 7 threes in a game. That's really weird, honestly. Season number 3. I wonder if this team will ever be good with him on it. If this team still sucks like halfway through the year, I'm probably going to start him. Yeah, the team's awful. You know what that means. Flight reacts will now be starting over John Wall. He was actually getting the same amount of minutes as John Wall anyways. He's averaging 13, 6, and 4 on 38% shooting. It's actually not that bad considering the circumstances. Yo, they traded Flight. The Chicago Bulls have traded Flight reacts. The Bulls traded Flight reacts and Paul Millsap to the Pelicans. They somehow have RJ Barrett, Zion, and Brandon Ingram, and Tobias Harris. Well, today's your lucky day because your starting point guard is Isaiah Thomas, so I don't even feel bad about doing this. Flight reacts is the new starting point guard for the New Orleans Pelicans. Now we're not going to have another point guard in the rotation at all, so this should be fun. Giannis wins MVP again. Did Flight make an All-NBA team? No, obviously not. And we missed the playoffs by 3 games. Flight averaged 15 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 39% shooting. That's actually not that bad, especially for Flight. And he's actually developed badges. He has tireless shooter, volume shooter, clutch shooter, and pogo stick. Trae Young won Finals MVP again. The Hawks are back-to-back champions. This is the year where things become a little bit more real. We don't know if Flight's actually going to come back to this team. Oh God, they're not offering him the qualifying offer. Well, this is where I come in and offer it manually. If they rescind the qualifying offer, then I can't do anything about that. Either he comes back to this team or we're picking a random team for him. And he's gone. Flight is currently not on an NBA team. I was just going to ask Siri for a number 1 through 30 and see where he ends up. Siri, give me a number 1 through 30.
That would be 19.
19. I feel like that might even be the Pelicans again, honestly. 17, 18, 19. Oh, he's going to the Pacers. Now, I also need to know how many years I want to sign to a contract with this team, so I'm going to ask Siri for that too. Siri, pick a number 1 through 4.
That would be 1.
All right, he gets a 1-year deal. 72 overall now. I see the perfect opportunity to Flight to slide in right at the 2 guard. Well, actually, we're going to put him at point guard, move Malcolm Brogdon, give Flight his minutes. There you go. I'm not ever going to go over 30. I'm going to leave him at 30 unless the team decides to actually put him in the rotation. So, on to season number 4. Big surprise, Flight is not an all-star. The team was really bad again. Giannis won MVP again. Very normal things. No most improved player or anything like that. D'Angelo Russell made the All-NBA. Okay, fine. Sure, go ahead. He actually started this year and averaged 5.3 points, 1.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 32% from the field. That's just not good. That man Malcolm Brogdon did not give this man the ball once. Well, he doesn't have any type of offers, qualifying team options, so we just gotta hope he gets signed to another team. Well, he's not here anymore. I think it's time for me to make a move for the culture, alright? Just so I don't have to shift him from team to team every year. The Golden State Warriors are going to sign Flight Reacts to a 4-year deal. His new home. Wow, they have Cole Anthony off the bench too. Jesus, maybe he could win something on this team. They didn't want to put him in the rotation, so he's gonna be playing 30 minutes a game off the bench. He's playing more minutes than everybody but Steph, Cole Anthony, and himself. This is what winning feels like. Oh my God. Flight just got traded from another team. Yup. I wish I was joking. Flight Reacts and a first-round lottery pick was traded for DeJuan Hernandez and Greg Monroe to the Brooklyn Nets. This man is going to be the ultimate journeyman. And Kyrie left the Nets. So Flight's the new starting point guard of the Brooklyn Nets. We're 11-30, or 12-30, I should say. That was a great stint with the Warriors. And literally, as that happens, we lose a game to the Warriors. Oh, that was Flight's revenge game, even though we lost. I'm assuming he's not gonna win an all. Wait, Damian. Oh wow, Lillard got an all-star team. Don't tell me me they okay, they didn't trade Flight. Thank you. Cade Cunningham won MVP. Cole Anthony won 6th man of the year. No wonder they traded Flight. Newsflash, still no All-NBA team. I wish he could at least become like a lockdown defender. That'd be cool. And we missed the playoffs again. He averaged 14, 6, and 4 on the season on 36% shooting. So unless he gets traded again, this is home for now. He's probably gonna get traded again. And even KD's regressing now. I mean, he is 36. Flight's a 74. Thankfully made it through the offseason. For some reason he's pissed off. He's uncertain when everything's been happening, even though he's been starting as a 74 overall. Season number 6. I put him off the bench this season with hopes of maybe we can be something okay. Considering KD's an 89, probably not. They already made a change. Oh, they just signed Bol. Okay, maybe we actually will be good now. You haven't won a game yet. This is great. Oh, thank God I didn't get traded again. We traded for some guy named Chimze. All-star captains. I don't know why I'm still looking at this thing. Luka won MVP on the Timberwolves. I feel like I've never seen him leave the Mavs before. And 6th man of the year went to Terrence Clark, not Flight. Shaquille O'Neal won most. That doesn't look like Shaquille O'Neal at all. Bol made the All-NBA second team, but Flight didn't. We didn't make the playoffs again. We have not made the playoffs. I don't think one. Yeah, no, we haven't made it 1 year. Luka won Finals MVP. The Timberwolves won another ring. I forgot to check Flight's stats. He averaged 14, 5, and 4 on. Oh my God, he shot 41% from the field. He finally. I can't speak. He finally cracked 40%, and he shot 30% from 3. This is beautiful. He's starting to become an okay NBA player. This is great. Flight is now a 75 overall with 2 more years left in his contract. Going into year number 7, he's actually only 1 spot out of just being in the rotation. So things are starting to look up. First game of the season, 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 for 15 field goals. He's actually good. His career high is still 35, and he had the audacity to attempt 27 field goals in a game. They signed Terry Rozier. They didn't trade Flight yet. Yo, they just promoted Flight to starting point guard. They're trying to start Flight at point guard. He finally did it. Flight has cracked a rotation. They traded Darius Garland. They now want Flight to play starting point guard somehow. I swear. I mean, look, I'm rebuilding the rotation and he's still starting. Congrats, Flight. You're finally a starting player on an NBA team, or just in a rotation in general. And I don't necessarily know how since Terry Rozier exists. Imagine he actually made an all-star team. Yeah, no, it didn't happen yet. It's still possible in the future, you know? This is gonna be what, year number 7 of not making the playoffs. Thankfully, I'm battle tested considering that I'm a Knicks fan. Cade Cunningham is, I guess, the best player in the league. I did a career simulation on this guy, by the way. You go watch that. Jonathan Hines is gonna end up winning like 17 Defensive Player of the Years in his career. Breaking news: Flight did not make an All-NBA team, and we missed the playoffs again. He averaged 18 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 43% shooting and 36% from downtown. He's actually good now. Flight is actually a good NBA player. This is kind of wild. Next step is just winning something. Like, well, not even winning, just making the playoffs, period. Cade Cunningham won Finals MVP. Shout out to the Spurs for getting their legacy. Jeremy Lamb retired. Flight is now a 77 overall at 25 years old. He's going into his 8th NBA season. Flight is basically Frank Ntilikina, except Frank never shoots and Flight will shoot with no hesitation every single time. He has an 88 mid-range, 79 3. His post hook's still an 80. He's actually a pretty good point guard. And considering that there's no better point guard on this team, I don't know why LaMelo Ball is a shooting guard. Considering that there's no better point guard than him on this team, he's gonna start again. Year number 8. And it looks like we might not even have to cater to him anymore. No. The Brooklyn Nets have once again traded Flight Reacts. They traded him for Ben McLemore, and Flight's new team is the Philadelphia 76ers, who don't even want to put him in the rotation, let alone the 13-man roster. But you know what happens when you try to do that to Flight. He gets a role anyways. It's like the privileged kid on the high school basketball team, like his dad is the coach. Joel Embiid doesn't even start on this team anymore. Well, on to our Sixer days. I wonder what Flight did to get traded. In his last game as a Net, he put up 16 points, 8 assists on 6 for 15 shooting. It's actually not that bad. He's really not that bad anymore. And look who our first game is with after. We beat the Brooklyn Nets, and Flight had the revenge game of a lifetime, kinda, except for the 2 for 9 3-point shooting. And Ben McLemore had 2 points. Yeah, that's beautiful. Could this finally be the year that we make the playoffs? It's been 7 years. Wow, they're trying to start Flight at the 2. All right, I guess we must not have any other shooting guards. Yeah, that's exactly the case. Flight went from not trying to be in the rotation on this team to actually starting at the 2 again. Once again, he defied the odds. Just be honest, he's not making an all-star team. Even though his recent years of being a serviceable NBA player made me think otherwise, kinda. But Keyword serviceable. We have finally done it. Cade Cunningham won MVP, don't care. Flight didn't make an all-NBA team, still don't care. We are the 4th seed in the conference. Flight Reacts is the starting shooting guard for a team that won 46 games, and he averaged 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 4.4 assists on 43% shooting and 37% from downtown. And he's kind of solidified himself as a rotational player at this point. First round against the Knicks, we lose the first. Oh my god, we just went down 3-0. And the first change they're trying to make is moving Flight to the bench completely. But considering they want to do that, now I have to give him 30. Thank you very much. And we just got swept by the Knicks. In his first ever playoff appearance, Flight shot 31% and 24 from downtown, despite being an actual good NBA player these past few years. So all we know is that he is a choke artist. Wow, Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook team back up on the Nets. Oh no, Steph Curry retired. Let me see, does Flight retire too? Oh yeah, that was the last year on his contract. I think it was. The Sixers did not re-sign Flight, but there is a chance that he got on another team. We'll see what happens. Flight is no longer on an NBA team. Now he's only going into year number 9, so I'm gonna have to put on another team regardless. Siri, give me a number 1 to 30.
That would before.
Why'd you say before instead of just 4? He's going to the Cavs with RJ Barrett and Ingram. Flight actually wants more money than we can offer, so I'm gonna have to force him onto the team somehow. Unless, you know what, we'll go to the NBA season. He might just get a deal. Yeah, nah, he didn't sign anywhere. Flight legitimately does not want to sign anywhere, so I'm not gonna be able to force him to sign anywhere, honestly. Is there some intricate stuff I could do probably to get him onto a team? Yeah, more than likely, but if he doesn't want to be on a team and he wants to, you know, wait it out for the money, I mean, I can't force him. He thinks he's worth $27 million over 2 years. So we're just going to simulate to the end of the season and see if he ever makes it onto a team. All-star captains have been announced. Oh wait, what am I even looking at? He's not even in the NBA. Flight has still not signed with a team. The thing is, no teams even have the money to sign Flight to that $27 million contract. With how the NBA goes and all these career sims, you just run out of money. So you have to kind of eventually just give in to the minimum contracts if you're a player of like Flight's caliber. And it doesn't look like he wants to. So the last day of the season is here and Flight never signed with another team. And ironically, the team that he was going to sign with forcefully won the first seed and then got eliminated in the first round. Oh, the Spurs won another ring. Is Flight gonna retire after all of this? Yup. After 7 years pro at just 27 years old, Flight Reacts because he could not get the money that he wanted in free agency, has called it quits. Flight finishes his career averaging 15 points, 5.6 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 39% from the field, 30% from downtown. Actually a lot better than I thought this would go. 71% from free throw, negative 2.8 plus minus per game. Actually a lot better than I thought it would go as well. 28 minutes a game. He scored a total of 8,686 points. Remember when like he was in the draft and they said he was one of the best interior defenders? Well, he had 419 blocks as a point guard. He made 3,200 field goals out of 8,300, 964 threes out of 3,171. So I'm pretty sure he attempted less than Curry made. 16,000 minutes, 39 double-doubles, and he even had a triple-double. Now, I've done a lot of career sims, and some of these guys don't even get one. I'm actually really surprised he got one. Started 201 out of 578 games. He finishes with 11 badges. You can pause here. I'm not about to read them all off. Career high in points is 35. Like I mentioned earlier, he had the audacity to attempt 27 field goals. He attempted 15 threes, made 7, had 13 rebounds in a game, 7 offensive rebounds, 10 assists, 5 steals, 5 blocks. The only social media anything ever reported about him was Bulls may have a big hole to fill. Reportedly, Reacts wants to test value in free agency this summer. And lastly, he won one award, which was first team all-rookie in 2021. There isn't even a Hall of Fame class for this year. That's how horrible this was. I mean, like the best player that retired was, well, I mean, Clay's pretty good. I'm surprised he didn't make it. But that's gonna do it. This is the end of the road for Flight. A Swiss Army knife of 6'3" and 156 pounds. Probably the next basketball meme considering his YouTube impact. Just like how his basketball 1v1s go, regardless of how horrible he plays, his impact and legacy will continue to live on because of how incredibly funny it is. And well, along the road, he even earned a couple starting spots, so that's good enough for me. Thank you for watching. You can like and subscribe to the channel if you care about my channel at all. Let me know who you want to see next, and I am out. Cut.